Hey guys, this is Anime Green, the Green Flash, on the Green Clan Studios, and today we will be doing a full anime series review of one of my personal favorite animes of all time, and one of the greatest shonens of all time, Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, since I do have such a great love for the series, it will not be a biased type of review. I will put only factual information about the series and the characters and the plot itself, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's review. And if you are a fan of shonen and you never checked this out, definitely check this out because it is a must-watch for any anime fan. So let's get started of my review of Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho is a coming-of-age anime of a young boy named Yusuke Urameshi. Now, Yusuke doesn't really have any dreams or goals or aspirations. He's really just a thug or a badass, if you could say. Now, the funny thing is, the story starts off with the first two minutes of the series where Yusuke actually gets hit by a car and dies. Yes, that's right, our main character of a shonen series dies in the first episode. So, of course, it's a non-spoiler review, guys. So, of course, Yusuke Urameshi does come back to life. But in order to come back to life, he has to do several tests and trials to prove that he's a good human being. And he does this by the help of his friends and the cast of characters we meet during the first few episodes. Now, the first few episodes are not really action-oriented. They're really about the interactions of the characters, but it's one of my more favorite parts of the series because we meet some cool characters that are going to be important later on in the series, obviously. Now, there's Botan, who's the spiritual guide to Yusuke. She's a funny character and everything, but she informs him about what's going on in this world, what a spirit detective does. She gives him gadgets and so on, teaches him about his abilities, so she's really important. Then there's Koenma, who's the overseer of the world. Basically, he's kind of like a god in people's eyes, and he's also the boss of Yusuke and gives him out the assignments, and also appoints Yusuke as becoming the Earth Spirit Detective, so of course he's important. Now, the Yu Yu Hakusho world concept is very unique. It's set up into three worlds. The spirit world, which is similar to like heaven, I guess you could say, where Koenma dwells. The human world, where our main cast of characters such as Yusuke and his friends dwell. And then the demon world, where most of our antagonists and bad guys come from. And that's more exposed later on in the series. So the world concept is awesome, and these characters are very important for informing us of what a spirit detective really does. Alright guys, let's move on to some of the more main characters, or the main cast of the series. There is Kieiko, who's the love interest of Yusuke. She's not really interesting or unique at all, she's just there, I guess. I didn't really care too much about her personality or character, but I guess she's okay. I mean, Yusuke likes her. Anything Yusuke likes is cool, I guess. But nothing too interesting about her, so not much to talk about there. Alright, now into the main cast of our heroes. There is Hiei, who's the demon bandit from the demon world. At first, he's basically an antagonist, but later on becomes a great ally. That's not really a spoiler since he switches sides pretty early in the series, but he's a great ally to Yusuke, and his development is really awesome. Most of his fights, he basically dominates the opponents, and all I have to say is he has one of the coolest anime techniques of all time. Dragon of the Darkness Flame for the win. Alright, next up is one of the most loved characters of the entire series, Kuwabara. He's basically, at first, like a bully who freaking hates Yusuke, but they become like really best friends, and their development is just so awesome. Now, Kuwabara has probably the best development out of all the characters, and he's just a normal down-to-earth guy. He likes cheeseburger, he likes music. He's just a normal human going up against these overpowered demons, but he gets some awesome abilities in fights. Now, his ability is basically to channel his spirit energy through his fingertips and create this awesome spirit sword, and he gets just some awesome moments. He is the comic relief, so of course he's gonna have the funniest moments. I just love everything about Kuwabara. Definitely one of my favorite characters. He's just amazing. One of the greatest things about Yu Yu Hakusho are the fights. They're just mixed with strategy plus overpoweredness, and that's just an awesome combination. Now, a great example of this is Kurama. Kurama is a very intelligent, intellectual type of character, and I love characters like that. They're just smart, that plan their fights out and just plan everything ahead. So he's very smart, but at the same time, he has this other dark past where he could, like, guess you could say, transcend himself and become Yoko Kurama, which is like this overpowered state. So I love the fights within Yu Yu Hakusho, and Kurama is one of those characters that's just cool, calm, collective, and smooth. I just love characters like that, so Kurama for the win. One of my favorites, definitely. Sometimes within shonen, villains are kind of weak or have weak motives, but Yu Yu Hakusho has some of the strongest, coolest villains of all time in shonen aspect anyway. There's Toguro. Younger Toguro is probably one of the coolest villains ever because this guy just wants to be defeated by someone powerful, and he gets really great development. His fights are amazing, and just his muscles bulging out like crazy. So if you guys want an overpowered to the max character that's a villain, Toguro's definitely your man. 7 personalities in your head and a former spirit detective. Sensui has it all, guys. This guy is one of the most overpowered characters in the series also. And his development with Yusuke and his fight is just amazing. If you guys really want to see some complex, great villains within Shonen, definitely check Yu Yu Hakusho out, because it does have some of the greatest ones in my personal opinion. With an all-star cast of characters, amazing villains, and a great world concept, you're thinking Yu Yu Hakusho could do no wrong. But there are cons to the series. Like every anime, there's a con to it. My biggest flaws with the series is the final arc, which is really fast-paced and rushed, which is kind of sad because it was it was still a good arc, but it was just too fast-paced, and it felt like they were repeating the Dark Tournament arc, which is another arc throughout the series that is known as one of the greatest arcs of all time, because it kind of is, but that's my opinion anyway. There's also the beginning. The beginning is not action-oriented and doesn't get too many people into it. The first few episodes is really about Yusuke trying to get his body back, and people are action junkies and only care for action all the time, so in my personal opinion, that's not a flaw, but to some people, they want action all the time, which is sad. But overall, guys, it's an amazing must-watch anime. It is 112 episodes, so it's kind of long, but not too long compared to like Naruto or One Piece, so you could easily get into it. If you're a fan of one of the big threes or Fullmetal Alchemist or any type of shonen, you should definitely give this a try, guys, because it really is a must-watch. It has strategical battles, great fights, awesome characters. Like I said, the main cast of characters are very likable. It's just an amazing series, and for all that, guys, I will rate this 9 out of 10. That is probably the highest I will ever rate a shonen, but I do really think that it deserves that spot. I mean, you guys could disagree with my rating, but this is my thoughts. There's only 2 shonens that I would ever rate this, and that's probably this and FMA, but definitely Yu Yu Hakusho a must watch, guys. Check it out on your free time. If you have seen it, in the comment section, remember to let me know your thoughts of this amazing anime or this amazing manga, whichever. Togashi for the win, guys. And give us a thumbs up if you like today's review. If you like this reviewing style, let me know, because I did try to put a little bit of effort in today's review, so a thumbs up would really make me smile, I guess you could say. Well, this is Anime Green on the Green Clan, and all I have to say is, Spirit Gun.